Good afternoon, everyone. Hope we are all doing well. It's a joy to come to you once again to share with you about the paper that we are writing. Okay, so without wasting time, I'll go straight to the point so that I don't waste too much time on the things that we are supposed to do. I have taken you through the methodology. So I don't think we have to waste time in looking at the methodology once again. So I think we have to go straight to the point so that we can get whatever we want to get. Okay, so in this session, or what I'm going to record for you, and actually it's going to be the same for all the other ones. So I've divided this session into two. So now we know we have our methodology done, and the next thing that we are doing is to look at it from the point of the analysis. So the analysis is science mapping results and discussions. It's not necessarily, or there's no need for you to do the same. You can decide to do this thing, or you can decide not to do it. Okay, so we go straight to the point. First, this one has been done, I assume, because I gave this session to Joshua to work on this. So I guess this thing has been done. Okay, so this one is done. The next thing is to come to the actual resource. And to say actual resource, that's not correct. But this is also part of the results. So I mean, to come to the other part of the results. Yeah. So today I will take you through some of them. I can't take you through all of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth one is coming. Even the fourth one divided into 2. 4. 4, 5. Any of them. Let's try to do another 5. Then 6. The 6 will be more of the analysis, which he also used the keywords to write. Okay, so what is the first step? So just like how I taught you the other time using the voice viewer, I gave you an overview. So what is this whole voice viewer about? So if you want to get a voice viewer, just come here, come online, or use Google, and then Google voice viewer. Okay, so when you click on this, or when you search for this normal Google search, not in a string thing, it will give you this. Then you click on this, and then you come here to bring you to the web page of the voice viewer, which is the software that we are using to do this analysis. And I've explained to you why we are using voice viewer. If you don't understand why we are using the voice viewer, they have given explanation as to what a voice viewer is about and what it's used for. And you can also do reading. Please, as much as I'm taking you through these things, help me by reading. Okay? If you're going to follow all the things that I'm going to teach you, at the end of the day, what is going to happen is that you're going to have a narrow view of the whole thing. I don't want you to do it that way. I want you to have a wide range or array of ideas concerning this whole thing. So you have to read wide. Do your best to read wide. Read many articles as you can. And some of them can even be just a normal Google search. So if you want to just do a normal Google search, for example, what is voice viewer? you can get, definitely somebody has explained it here online. This is a normal Google search. See, people, things that people also ask, what is the use of voice viewer? Is voice viewer software free? How do I run voice viewer? So these are some of the questions that people ask. You get the whole thing. So do yourself a favor by doing additional reading. Don't only rely on this video. If you're going to rely on only this video, it's possible at the end of the day, you may not get anything. So do yourself a favor by reading wide. Okay, so you come to the voice viewer website, and then you look for the latest version of the voice viewer software. And the latest version is 1.618. That's the latest, because that was the one, or that's the one which was released this year, January. Since January, they have not updated it. That means that the last one, or the previous one that was released, the updated one, actually the same, but I mean those who came up with this software, they keep on updating the software, just like having this iPhone and iOS. They keep on updating the same. Okay, so you come here and then you click on download. Okay, so when you click on download, it will give you, or when you click on download, it will bring you here. And with this download thing, it will ask you a question. And the question that it will ask you is, what type of software, not software, but I would say computer, in terms of the computer software that you are using. Is your computer a MacBook, or is a normal Microsoft Windows, or what? So based on the kind of computer that you are using, whether it's a MacBook, MacBook is more of Apple, or Microsoft is the normal one that we all use. You click on it and then you download the software. When you download, it will give you the instruction as to how to install. The steps are easy. And once again, they have also given you the steps. They are here. You can read about them and download. They are very easy to install. Okay, so let's assume now you have installed yours, which I'll take you straight to this. So when you do that, it will bring you here straight away to an interface like this. No, forget about this one. The one that you see on the screen is something I've done. I did some work for someone over the weekend. And then, so this one is not the actual thing. Okay. But let me close it and open it again so that you see how it will come. So when you open it like this, it will give you this. I'm taking you through these things. Then once I have, I will not say I'll have time. Definitely I'll do it today. Okay, and send you the results. I'll do it tonight, and then send you the results so that you can start writing. Yeah, but I have to take you through so that you understand what this whole thing is about, and it's very important. Okay, it's opening, taking some time. It's taking some time to open. Normally, it's not supposed to take a long time, actually. It's supposed to merely so this is how the interface will come. But one of the things I think I want to point you to is try to get the manual. We have voice viewer manual. Okay, when you Google, you get it. Voice viewer manual. So in that manual, so Google voice viewer manual 2022, and you can easily get it online free of charge by Van. Actually, these two guys are the ones who brought this voice viewer thing. Actually, they are the inventors of, or the developers, or they developed this voice viewer, the two of them. And from what I've read, they are professors in two universities, and I think Norway or Netherlands, one of them. So you try and get this. And in this manual, do your best to read. Once again, it's about reading. Please, as I've already said, or I've already mentioned, and I keep on hammering on it, to be a good researcher and a good literature reviewer, you need to be somebody who loves reading. Okay? Forget about the days where you used to do cut and paste. Please. From here, if you are able to grasp what I'm telling you well, you are going to do well. Forget about the cut and paste attitude. We all used to do cut and paste before I started my uni, before I came to know these things when it comes to literature review. I used to do cut and paste, and I'm not shy from it. I'm not shy from sharing it with anybody. But you are no more supposed to, or you don't have to do it anymore. You need to graduate, you need to move from here. Therefore, you have to read. So one of the things I recommend that you read is this interface. So once you download the manual, the software, and you install it, then you open it like this. Another thing too, if you want to even try it, even though I'm going to run the results and give it to you, I prefer you also do the running yourself. You conduct, you do it, because this is an opportunity for you to learn, and which I believe is going to help you with respect to your PhD and whatever research you'll be undertaking. So it's an opportunity to learn. So therefore, you have to read this manual. And in this manual, they have detailed the steps by which you can run the software. And also, they have also explained the details. Everything that you find in this software, they have explained. I will also do the same by explaining some of the things to you, but I can't explain everything because of the limited time I have. I can't explain everything to you. So it is your responsibility to search for this. Once again, just search Voice Viewer Manual 2022. Then, you see how people have cited it. It's a hot cake. Voice Viewer is a hot cake. Since January that this thing was released, it has already been cited over 1,600 times. So it's a hot, this thing that I'm teaching you is a hot thing. So the earlier that you take your time and read and get it, the better. And it's not difficult, honestly. I mean, if you take your time and then you follow what I'm teaching and you read the document, it's easy. It's actually easy. It's not anything difficult. And as I'm here, and I know all these things already, whatever question that you have, any challenge that you have, if you let me know or you prompt me, I'll definitely come to your aid. Yeah. So let's keep going. Sorry, let me put some of these things out so that I have enough space. Okay, so what do you do? So once again, I'll take you back to what we did the last time, where we retrieved data. So last time, what we did was that I told you there are two ways by which you can get data as far as this module is concerned. Even though you can also use other data sources like Google Scholar and other, but the prominent ones that so far, based on my reading, the extensive reading, the number of papers I've read, people have been using to do their modular literature review is the two of them are the Scopus and Web of Science. In this case, I want us to use Web of Science because when I did a search of, I want us to use because when I did a search of papers in the two databases, I realized that the Scopus has more papers compared to the Web of Science. But it doesn't mean that you can't use Web of Science. Okay, you can use it, but it's just a matter of using the two at the same time. It's not really it doesn't really make much sense. So just look at the two out based on the output or based on the results. When you do the initial search, the results that you get, okay, it must inform you the two of them, the one that you can use. You can use any of them, but just use one at a time. You can't use all the two at the same time. So I'm going to my uni, and in your uni, maybe you have your own way of getting Scopus, access to Scopus. But in my uni, this is how we get access to Scopus. So this is Scopus. I'm going to Scopus, open Scopus, and then I'll do a login because I have an account. Okay, it has already been logged in, or I've already been logged in because I have an account. I have a Scopus account. So I've already been logged in. So if I've already been logged in, then I'll go to save searches. Because the last time we did some searches together, I did it with you. And I don't want us to waste time. So I'll go straight to the point. So I click on challenges of circular economy in the waste management. And then yeah, waste management, waste demolition. Yeah. So the word waste demolition is not really needed, but I just decided to add it. So let me see what will come out of that. Let me take the waste demolition out. Let's see what will come out. So that means even if I take the waste demolition, there'll be no difference. Okay. Is that what we got the other time? Let me check. Let me confirm. Maybe I put them down. Not I was able to send this thing to you. Oh, how come? I thought I saved them. Oh, I didn't. This is strange. Talking about the keywords. Good. It's here. Okay. Now it has come to a little bit of a change or some changes, some few changes. So initial was 2678. Now it's floated to 1713. So instead of 1709 is what it has come. So that seems additional ones have come to join. In the last 1 week, we have got additional 10, about 4 documents in addition. Okay, so we have this. So from here, what I will do is that if I told you, you just click on all, and then you click on download, and then download it to CSV file. The reason why it's good to use a CSV file is that it seems, and from previous studies, the CSV file fits well with the virtual compared to the other files. So you can see other files here: Mendeley, Ex Libris, CVAL, RI. RI is Research Information System. Format, endnotes, and all that. Excel, CSV is more Excel. Big text, we have plain text. So all these things are here, but the one which really fits very well with the voice UI is this one. So I'm going to download. So I'll click on the spot. So downloading is for me. Downloading. So you take your time to download. Once again, all these things depends on your unit. But in case you are also undertaking any voice UI related user review and you want me to download anything for you, I can do the same thing for you. Okay, if you want, I can do that for you. Okay. So we are waiting for the document to get downloaded. then I'll go and save it somewhere safely, in a safe place, so that we don't struggle, because it's downloading into the downloads of my document, and I have a lot of downloads. So in order not to conflict or have issues with the other documents I have in my downloads, I will just go and copy it and put it in a place where it will be easy for me to get access to when it comes to the analysis. So here, so I have this, I have copied it. I'm going to put it in the circular economy file folder. Okay, so I have my data. I've downloaded the data, which is the information to do the analysis. And I've installed my software, which is the voice viewer. Okay, so let's assume we are all doing this thing at the same stage. Now, what next? Okay, so to go to the next thing, now let's come back to Wuni's paper and see the specific things to do, because if you don't take care, there are so many things that you can use the software to do, but you need to be specific as to what you want to generate from the software. So with Wuni, the paper, the first one that he generated was the research outlet. The word research outlet here means the journals. In other words, journal analysis. So if you remember, when we did the manual systematic review, we assembled and categorized the journals. We had the top tier journals, the low tier journals, and even Portia, Joshua, and Roxana, if you remember, I made mention of you having a cap, maybe a journal with 50 HI index is the one that you're supposed to keep, or a journal with a size score of so and so is the one you're supposed to keep, or a journal with an impact factor of so and so. All those things are normally done, or all these things are normally done manually. But when it comes to this one, the software, which is the voice viewer, is going to help you out to identify research outlets or journals which are very impactful or significant as far as the research topic that you are looking at is concerned. Okay, so don't let us waste time. So we go straight to the point and we start reading. So when you are writing, so I'm doing two things, or I'm trying to help you out with two things at the same time. How to run the software at the same time, how to do the writing, the interpretation. Okay, so let me start from the reading. So this is what he said. Let me make this thing a little bit bigger so that we all can see. Okay, so he said, oh, let me make it a little bit bigger so that we all can see. Let me put this thing out. So he said, research outlets constitute one of the main platforms for disseminating academic development and innovation. These outlets publish articles within defined scopes and boundaries. In other words, he's just trying to introduce this session by telling us what research outlets are or what journals are. In other words, if it's just like somebody is asking you what is a journal, or if you say academic journal, what is it? Okay, so he's just trying to help us with that. This is clear. Identifying the key journals so this research was about green building, but in our research is about looking at the barriers of circular economy in waste management. It's a good starting point to systematically map the research trends in the field. In other words, it is important, what he's trying to say is that it's important for you to look at journals. So please, look at how he wrote the thing. Once again, as I've mentioned, I want to hammer on it once again. Please don't do cut and paste. Okay. And this Wuni's paper is not the only paper that he talked about journals. If you go and read other papers like from Darkun, I'll give you an example. Akom. Just from Akom, a number of them. Akom is one. Who again? Dr. Robert Osechi. He also has a paper on Scientometric. This year we wrote a paper on Scientometric in risk management. And so forth and so forth. You see that they have been interpreted in a certain way. That is why it is your responsibility as a researcher, okay, to open different, it's just like when you are doing this kind of research, just like opening, trying to be like, how should I put it? It's like somebody who works at the comm center, or somebody who is a pilot, or somebody who is a monitor of TV news or something. The person has about 5 or 6 TV sets. They are all live at the same time, and he or she is monitoring the things which are going on here, there, and all that. That's how you are supposed to do it as a researcher. A researcher is not supposed to look at only one paper, like this paper, and copy it. When you look at one paper and you copy, you see that even when you are trying to rephrase them, you'll be struggling. But when you read, this is how somebody interpreted the outlet, this is how another person interpreted, okay, then you get an idea. Okay, so this is how I'm supposed to write it, and then you go ahead and write. Okay, good. So in figure 3, citations networks of 14 top construction journals that publishes GB research has shown. These research outlets had published at least 5 GB research articles and achieved at least 20 citations. So I'm going to help you out as to if you want to do something like this. Okay, so in this analysis, what he did was that the citations of, he used the citation analysis or the citation score to look at the top journals. In other words, journals which have really received a lot of citations when it comes to green buildings. Okay, or journals that publish articles which many people have cited. These research outlets have published at least 5 articles. So his also threshold was that he choose journals which have at least 5 documents from them and achieve at least 20 citations. So let's go to the software. I'm going to help you out. So when you come to the software, you click on create on the left-hand side, and then you come to create map. We don't have a network data. Our data is not network. Our data is rather bibliographic data. In other words, data from even sometimes they will even put it there. Data from Scopus Web of Science and all that. That's where our data is coming from. Our data is not from network. Our data is also not based on text data. Later on, we will do some kind of test data analysis, but that one will come later on. Not now, not today. But our data is actually data from academic database. Okay, so when you select the second one, then you click on next. When you come to next, this is where it will give you the types of bibliographic data. So which of the bibliographic data are you using? Are you using the one from Web of Science, Scopus, what? Or are you reading from files like the RIS, EndNote, and RefWorks? If you remember, when we're going to download the this thing, I showed you the data. I showed you this. So that's what they are referring to. Okay, good. So in our case, it's actually coming from Scopus, the first one. It's just a bibliographic database files. It's not a reference manager files. And click on next. Then you select the kind of academic database where you pick your data from. So in this case, we pick it from Scopus. So select Scopus, not Web of Science or Dimensions or Lens or Probability. Then you go and set, you click on this three dots here. Then you, in other words, this is where we are trying to import the data. So in trying to import, you can click here, and then wherever you have saved the data, you go and pick it up. So in this case, where have we saved it? We have saved it in circular economy. And what is the name of the data? So it's Scopus 99 CSV. Okay. So you just do this thing. It's not anything difficult. Then you click on OK once you have put your cursor on it and selected it, highlighted it. Then OK. Then once you click OK, then it means it has been selected. Then you click on Next. So now it is reading. The data is reading. Okay, it's reading. And because we are dealing with a large amount of data, that's why. I think there is some error somewhere. So I have to go back and check the cause of this. Sometimes the reason why this happens is that some of the data may not, it's possible they have not appeared, or there's something wrong, there's something somewhere. And that's happened that way. Yeah. So something like this can cause that. Something like this. When the data is not fully represented, it's possible it can cause that. So in that case, we have to go and remove it from, or we have to remove it from it. So something like this. Any other one? trying to get the data right so that we can run. I think that's where the problem is coming from. If not, then we can use the one that we downloaded the other time, because 2 or 3 data differences don't make much or significant difference. There's no significant difference between 2 or 3 documents which are not part of it. So let me try this one and see whether this time around this one will work. Oh. Now let me try. Okay, let's see whether this one will work. If this one will not work, we pick the other one so that we can move on. Okay, it has worked. That's good news. Yeah, so sorry for the long wait. The papers are many, but maybe probably it's either my machine or something, because normally it doesn't take that very long time for you to read. Okay, anyway, so this is what Wuni did. So this is what he was talking about, so that the thing will be practical to you. So citations. So here we are going to use the citations. Okay, because it's actually only the citations and bibliographic coupling that you will find the sources. The sources in this context refers to the journals. The document here refers to the actual articles. The articles itself. Authors refers to the authors, the researchers. Organizations refers to the organizations with the researchers are affiliated to. And countries refers to the countries which there are 2 things, either where the studies were conducted or the countries where the researchers are affiliated. Any of them is okay. But before this, we have another type of analysis called co-authorship. In other words, it has to do with collaboration, just like how I'm collaborating with you and Joshua and Roxana and other people that I do research with. One day, I can conduct a co-authorship analysis of all the people have done the research with, for all papers have taken part. Okay, or it can be anything. It's not even me. It can be anything that you want to. And then you can also use the co-authorship analysis in terms of how organizations come together to write research. And you can also use co-authorship in terms of how countries come together. Then you have co-occurrence. Occurrence has to do with the word, the keywords. how the keywords occur. Okay, then the citation, the graphic open, and then the full citation and all that. But here we will focus on the source. The source refers to the journals. So you choose citation, the type of analysis citation, and then the source. Then you click on next. Then with next, this is where he mentioned that. So this is what he said, or this is where he mentioned that these research outlets have published at least 5 documents. In other words, you can see that the minimum number of documents of a source, or the minimum number of documents of a journal is 5. But that is not the standard. It depends on you. It's not always the case that you have to set it to 5. Some people set it below, especially when you are dealing with articles which are around 700, 800, 1,000, or 500. You can't set the document listing as 5. So it depends, or it's based on your discretion, based on your own decision and choices. And once you put these things there, you have to defend it as to why you decided that the minimum number of documents should be 5, or should be 0, or should be 2. So it's up to you. So he set his at 5. So let's assume we have also set ours to be 5. Then he also did something. Then the minimum number of citations should be at least 20. Okay, so let's do the same and see. So we are going to say that the minimum number of citations should be at least 20. So let's see, 20. But once again, it also depends on you as to how you want to set the number of citations. It's up to you. So out of the 577 sources, in other words, 577 journals, where the articles that we analyzed and were published, 44 meet this threshold. We are just going by UNI's thing so that you understand. But I'm not going to use UNI's standard. I mean UNI's standard. I'm going to set mine in a different distance. So it's not always the case that you have to set it at 5 and 20. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can set it at, let's say, 2 and 10, or 3 and 5, or something. It depends on you. So if we do this, you click on next. Then in next, it will tell you that for each of the 44, so the total strength of the citation limits that are going to be calculated, yes. And then the sources with the greatest total link strength will be selected. So the number of sources to be selected is 44. Yeah, please. So these 44 are the ones who met or who are meeting the threshold. Then you click on next. And when you click on this, it will give you this. Okay, we call this the something like more like the statistical output or the statistical results. And the statistical results is giving you the journal which many people have published their papers there, and the journal which has also been cited more. So the first journal which has hardly been cited is resources, conservation, and recycling. And this journal has 148 documents of all the documents that we analyzed. So you see here, the software has done it for you, unlike how we used to do it manually. And they have received 8,145 citations as of today. The total length strength has to do with how these journals relate with other journals, or how they are linked, or how people who cite them and people use them and all that. And it's 207. That means this journal is very influential. So the question is, how do you get this thing, this statistics thing, to your make a table and put it in your work? So in order to do that, what is what you can do? You right click. You can right click on anywhere, not anywhere that you right click. You right click on it, and then you click on export selected sources. Sometimes another one will come when you go to the next one. I don't use that one. I'm going to show you 2 today. The next time I'll show you the rest, because I need to start going. My time is almost up. So when you click on export selected sources, it will ask you, where do you want to put it? So here we want to put it in our folder called circular economy, and the name should be, this is general sources analysis, or sources analysis, or general analysis. So export. Okay. Then once you do this, and you are okay with it, the next one is to finish. So now we want to see the map or the visual image of this statistical thing that we saw, the results. So it's going to generate something like a map or a visual image for us. So this was some of the items in your network are not connected to each other. The largest set of connected items consists of 39 items. You want to show this set of items instead of all the items? Yes. So we want to show the ones which connect. Out of the 44 documents that met the threshold, we are saying that, or that the software is trying to tell us that it's only 39 which are really connected. I think about 5 of them are not. So that's what we want to show. So if you click yes, so this was going to count. If you click no, what is going to happen is that all the 44 will show, but you see that they will not be connected. So let me do that straight. Let me do that fast and show you. Let me do that very fast. I'll show you. Okay, so let's when I click no, I want to show all the 44. This is what will come. You see, so you see that some of the journals are connected, while others are not. Some of them are not really connected to this whole thing. Some are very connected, some of them they don't have any. And so we don't want to show that one. Rather, we want to show the ones which are connected. So let me go back. The time is almost up. So bad. So bad. Yes. Finish. Yes. Okay. So as you can see, this is what Wuni got. Okay, so 20 citations. These were specified in the process of integrating the network. Okay, although this threshold is different from, okay, so you see, yeah, he is even telling you that even this threshold that we use is different from previous Scientometric analysis because they also use a different threshold. So once again, as I mentioned, don't always say that because we only use this, I'm always going to use it. Set it based on how you want it to be. Okay, wait, it's acceptable. Let's defend it and move on. And just tell people that previous states also use different ones. It's simple. That's all. Nobody can do it with you. Besides, there are no standard guiding the collection of food. I like this statement that he made. Besides, there are no standards guiding the selection of documents and citation quantities. So there's no one agreed standard. So whatever you want to use to make you happy and okay, it's acceptable. I just defend it. A detailed quantitative summary of the network is shown here. So this is something like this. So as you can see, so you can see the same thing here. But the question is, so how do you get this picture? So this is a network analysis. I'll show you this to overlay visualization density and all that, but not today. I'm just taking you step by step. Just today is just one. Tomorrow I'll record the next one. Okay. Okay. Today's one is purposely for what's the name? Portia. So Portia, you are supposed to do this. This one for today. Today we are looking at journal. Tomorrow I'll record the next one. That one will purposely go for Joshua. Joshua will also tack for that one. As I said, I'm teaching you guys at the same time. I want you to take this thing step by step and learn. I don't want any rush. Don't rush through it. Okay? Okay. So how do you get this picture? So to get this picture, you come to screenshot. Or two things, either screenshot or you can also decide to click on save. Any of them is acceptable, but I normally prefer using the screenshot. Okay, to just give you a screenshot. The save is normally used for like saving the whole thing that you have done, so that you can want again and you can do that. You want the name, so I'll give this picture name journal simple. And how are you supposed to save? You can save it as PNG or JPG. Any of them is acceptable. Okay, good. So let me keep going. We are almost done. We'll be finishing soon. So the question is, how do we get these things into our document? Okay, so the first one is to do this. So let's assume this is the document that we are writing. Okay, so how do you generate that? So when you come here in your Word, you click on this, you go to Photos or Photo, and then you click on Import. So I don't know how your machine will come, but go to Insert, Photo, and then I'm here. Then you come to, in my case, Circular Economy. You click on how you did the JPG, the file that you saved, and it will just generate this one for you. Okay. Okay. It seems that the thing is not showing clearly. So if you want to expand it or make the notes bigger, you can do this way. Okay, the node. The larger the node is like this dot dot. The larger the nodes, the larger it shows that the article has an influence. Okay, then so let me save this one rather. So this one is showing better than the other one. So I have to make this. Sorry, my time is almost up. I have about 8 to 9 minutes to move from here because we're going to have a meeting here. So my time is coming from me. So you have generated this. Is that okay? Good. Then how do you get a table? To get a table is also very simple. Let me quickly get that one for you. So to get a table, you come to how you save. When you save, it will come in this form, text document. Okay. Then you open it this way. So it will come this way. When it comes this way, you just select all. And when you select all, you open an Excel, normal Excel, and then you paste it there. Then you can do so. So I have not. I mean, I have not copied it. So copy, then paste. So when you paste, it will give you a better picture of what we are trying to do. Okay. Good, but I think how it came, it is not arranged. It has been arranged in the alphabetical way. So I'm going to arrange it well by arranging it based on I'm going to arrange it based on the total length. Okay, because it has been arranged based on the alphabet of the article of the journals. So I'm going to arrange them well, sort them out. How am I going to sort them out? Sort them based on total, the last column, total length strength. And how I'm going to from the largest to the smallest. Okay, so now it has been arranged well, as we saw it in the WordUR software. Okay, good. So it has been done. So what do you do? So another something you can copy all the 44. into the distance. But the issue is all the 44 doesn't make sense. So normally what we do is that you select some of them. That's here too, you also based on your own criteria. You can say that top journals with more than 20 total link strength, I'm going to present them in my write-up. You can't show all the 44 once again, so it's too many. Or you can say that the one with at least 10. 10, right? At least 10 total link strength. I'm going to show them. Anyway, any of them. Okay, let's keep going. So you just copy and come and paste. Just copy and paste this one. Here. You all know this, you can easily copy and paste. Yeah, but there's something else that he did, which 5 minutes, sorry. He did average citations. So the question is, how did he do this average citation? To do average citations, you can create another column. Create another column. And then you just do average citations. So what is the mean? Average citations is the total citations divided by total documents. Okay. Average citations is equal to total citations divided by total documents. So you do the same throughout. Okay. So this one you do it yourself. This one the software will not do it for you. So he did it himself. And I think there's another thing too that he did, which maybe some of you ask, what's the meaning of average normal citation? The normalized average normalized citations can also be seen here. That's why I said you have to choose some of them. Rather than that, you'll be wasting too much time doing so many things which are not important. You can keep your cap as, let's say, those who have at least 10 from here going upwards. That's what it's so that you save time. To get that one, you come here, you come to the software, and then you go to analyze or analysis. Okay. Analysis. So from the file item analysis, then you choose normalization. Oh, sorry about that. It's not where this is not where you're supposed to pick it. Sorry. Let's go back to our file. It's rather here, weights. So when you come to weights, on your right hand side, you see normalized citations. So you click on normalized citations, and any of them that you put your cursor on, at the down here, you see the value of the normalized citation. Down. You see norm citation. So for example, if you put it on journal, so the name of the journal will come, cluster, and then this thing will come. So then the journal of cleaner production, the norm is 203.83. Okay, and so forth and so forth. So you do it for each of them. That's why I said here, don't waste your time doing all of them. Just put a cap, get maybe about between 5 to 15 top journals, and then that's all. Now let me continue, move on, and finish this thing up. Yeah, so the map was generated using the source citation network function of what we have. Yes, we have. I've explained all these things to you. The size of the node, the journal reflects the impact in terms of citation. For instance, so and so and so with larger nodes. He's talking about these ones, the ones with larger nodes, like this journal, this the ones which have bigger bubble. They have more influence, or they are influential. Closely located research algorithms to a similar cluster and then connected link. The journals which are closer, they have the same cluster. So in other words, when you come, if you want to know the cluster, click on items. It will show you the cluster. Cluster means the ones which, like, people normally cite papers from these journals together, or they are somehow related. Okay, so you can see the cluster 1, the name that come under cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4, cluster 5, cluster 6. So you know how many clusters were created? 11 out of all. Okay, great. Let me continue. Oh, the time is up. I think 5, it's giving me 5 minutes. Okay, so these journals are mostly get cited. Generally, each journal has connection citation with 14 other. Okay, yeah, I've explained all these things already. If cluster is there, you can continue, you can read about this. And then he talk about some of the clusters, which I've shown to you. You can also talk about the journals which come together in terms of the clusters. So you have to talk about some of them here. Okay. And the ones which have stronger values and the ones which don't have. There is a strong positive correlation between the number of citations and the total, and the number of citations, the number of articles without citation, and it's very low by measure contributor. So here is this one is more, it's not really needed. Okay, I don't need this one in our analysis. In fact, I don't need this, but later on I will teach you. So please, when you get here, skip this side. But in the subsequent other ones, I will teach you how to got this. Okay, it's not difficult. It's just trying to use a normal SPSS to generate a correlation coefficient by using these values. So by using the total citation, total length strength. Okay, then you just run a correlation coefficient to give you the values. So that one is not that difficult. Okay, and then the last thing that he talked about is based on the number of articles, the top 3 most contributing journals include the following. So these are the top most important journals. Okay, then he has talked about them briefly. Okay, the same thing also applies here. So these are the top ones. Waste management, journal production, and we can talk about them briefly. What is the next thing? Yeah, so that's all. Okay, that is all. So please, this one, you can skip it for now, because actually it's not compulsory you are supposed to put this thing in. But he's just trying to show how strong they are, but it's actually not required. In most papers I've seen, they don't do it. But in the next video, I'll show you how it's computed. I know how to do it. It's not that difficult. You are just running a correlation coefficient. That's all. Okay, so that is all for today. I wish everybody the best, and I'm happy to receive your questions. If you have any question that you want to ask me, you ask me. Tomorrow, I record the next one, and that one will go purposely for Joshua. Okay, but even though this one is going for Portia and Joshua, you can, all of you, a class, Oksana, you can all watch. It's only for one person. So thank you for your time. And then once I finish and give you the work, because I've done a lot of reading and interpretations for you. So I don't think you should be wasting too much time when I give you this thing. I think if you really want to write within 3-4 days, maximum a week, you must be able to do this. So let me give it 27th rather, so that we get all the write-ups ready. Okay, yeah, so I wish everybody the best, and then yeah, that's all. Thank you for your time. Bye.